Another quick video just to cover off on using the Adobe Connect sessions and some of the calendars that have been set up for you. It's really important that we connect with each other when we're talking about online learning. And so what we've done is we've enabled a number of times throughout the calendar year where we'll get together either in a mentoring session where you can meet other students and talk to your facilitator, or to your mentor I should say. And then we've got facilitation sessions that are built around the various aspects of the course, that being CCNA and also Microsoft MSCE. So I want to just take you very quickly through that process of logging on for your first Adobe Connect session. And you'll see that on my screen I've got my browser open over here, and I've entered the address for our Connect sessions. And you would have received this in an email, and that email link will take you to this website. So it's secure, so we're using HTTPS for the security aspect, and the address is webconf.det.newsouthwales.edu.au. And this is the important bit for us, is the last section here, because that identifies the room that we're going to be using, and that is the IT Institute. The rest of this information you can leave off. The browser will input that automatically for you on the way in, but really you need to have that full address up to the end of the IT Institute in order to access the room. And you can see here that I've tried to access the room, and it says that this is a private meeting. Your request to enter has been sent to the presenter, and we're going to wait for a response. And so you may log on and get that message, and that's perfectly okay. The presenter's probably just getting things ready, and probably won't open up the session until about 5 minutes before we're ready to start, and then he'll start, or she will start, to allow students to come in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to let this user into the session. Alright, so as you can see, I've been led into the session, and you can see now that I've logged on as a participant, and my name's Pete. Now when I logged on as a guest, and that's exactly what you do, is you log in as a guest, I actually put in brackets where I'm coming from, and I would encourage each one of you to do the same, because we're all coming from different locations in Australia, and it's often handy to know who's living in Sydney, who's in Brisbane or in Queensland, who's in Western Australia, etc. So if you could follow that process, that would be wonderful. You'll see that there is a host and no presenters. The host can be a presenter as well as just the host, and this host or presenter is the one that will actually let you know will decide who comes into the meeting room and who doesn't. So they'll actually give you permission to enter into the room. You'll see up here that I've got a couple of buttons. The first one is my audio, so I can mute my own speakers and I can adjust the volume, but there's not a lot that I can do here. The other areas, if I want to raise my hand or agree or disagree or step away, I can modify those settings along the way. What we tend to do is we ask students to raise their hand if they want to speak, and then the host or the presenter will enable their audio over here so that they can then speak. If we have too many people speaking through the microphones at one time, then it tends to get a lot of feedback and it makes it a little bit disruptive. We've got a chat section down here, and so you can use the chat and enter in whatever information you want, and everyone will see that identifies who's put that information in and the chat or the conversation that they're having. We can also set up private chats as well if you wanted to speak to someone privately. Agendas sometimes can be put down the bottom here, but basically it's a very simple navigation process. From here we would save the conversation and we would upload it so that you can view it at a later date. And we'll send you email links out about that, and also in the Moodle there will be links back to the old Adobe Connect sessions that we've had together. So it's a fairly straightforward process. Now, I didn't show you how to log on, and I probably don't need to worry about that because it's, as I said, it's very straightforward. There is a guest option. you select the guest option, put your username in or put your name in and your location, and then you'll be granted access into the room. Where's the address? Once again, there it is there. Don't forget it. You'll need it in the future. Now that's that. The other thing that I wanted to show you was the calendar. And I'm sending out links to various people, or students I should say, all people, all students, letting them know where the calendar is for the intake that you're involved in. So if you're involved in the March intake, for instance, then your URL or your address will look very similar to that, or look exactly the same as that, I should say. Can't remember that, so you'll just need to either copy and paste it, or you can click on the link from within the email. And so this is a calendar that will take us to the current date, being the 1st of April, and it'll show you the sessions that are coming up and the sessions that have been. So let's go back in March, and you'll see that we orientated on the 5th, Wednesday the 5th of March and the 6th of March. We had a facilitation session the next week. We've had a mentoring session on the 26th, and you can track when the next mentoring sessions are coming up, and also when the next facilitation sessions are coming up. So there's another facilitation session for phase 2, and that starts on the 12th of May. So a little bit over a month away, and we'll be using that one. Now for every phase it's slightly different, and so you can come to your calendar to work out what's coming up next. The other thing that we've done is we've sending out files, iCal files, so that you can double click on those files, and if you're using a calendar at home or at work, it will load the calendar into your work calendar, for instance, and so you can have it there in front of you at all times. So please take advantage of those iCals if that helps. Otherwise you can come and visit Google Calendars and you have access to this via that hyperlink that I've emailed out to you. One last thing on this, if you want more details, you can click on the actual event, brings up the details, where it is. There's that address again in case you forget, and it's an online mentoring session, and you can use that information, time and date, in more detail there. Hope this helps, guys. Look forward to catching up with you soon. Take it easy. See ya.